The concept of Introduction to Historical Reconstruction, the setting before Olympus, invites us to delve into the intricate process of piecing together and interpreting past events leading up to the mythological epoch of Olympus. Historical reconstruction involves using available evidence, archaeological findings, ancient texts, oral traditions, and more, to recreate a narrative of the past. It seeks not just to chronicle what happened, but to understand the context, motivations, and consequences of those events. The significance of this practice in the context of Olympus is profound. Understanding the chaos and devastation that preceded Olympus offers insight into why the mythological pantheon was conceived as it was, reflecting human efforts to impose order over nature and unpredictability. Acknowledging these pre-Olympian events helps us grasp the transformative cultural, social, and political shifts that transpired, setting the stage for a new era of myths, legends, and human understanding. Consider the legend of the Titanomachy, the war between the Titans and Olympians. This myth illustrates how Greek culture conceptualized a transition from primal disorder to divine hierarchy. Similarly, examining the decline of the Minoan civilization due to natural disasters informs interpretations of myths like the destruction of Atlantis, blending historical events with mythological narrative to convey transformative eras of change. Perspectives supporting historical reconstruction emphasize the invaluable understanding of human development and resilience it provides. These reconstructed narratives offer threads that connect us to our ancestors, illuminating shared human experiences in the face of adversity. However, there are challenges to this practice. The accuracy of reconstructed histories often depends on limited evidence prone to subjective interpretation and biases. Alternative viewpoints argue that myths were primarily allegorical, emphasizing moral and philosophical teachings over historical accuracy, thus casting doubt on the feasibility of reconstructing any founded historical reality from them. Moreover, historical reconstruction is pivotal in connecting and influencing other aspects of the main topic. By setting the stage before Olympus, we acknowledge the complex evolutions leading to myth formation, shedding light on the continuity between changing civilizations and their evolving deities. It underscores the dynamic interplay among human societies, where past devastations catalyze mythological innovation and cultural adaptation. This preliminary understanding thus interweaves with broader narratives, enriching our appreciation of mythology's role in framing a civilization's identity and moral compass. Understanding the devastating events leading to Olympus requires delving into the myths, legends, and potential historical events that predate the rise of the mythical Mount Olympus, the celestial home of the Greek gods. This concept explores not only mythological narratives, but also their potential roots in historical occurrences that might have influenced the creation and evolution of these stories. The significance of this examination lies in its ability to provide context for the mythological framework of Olympus, revealing how ancient societies interpreted natural disasters, wars, or other cataclysmic events as influences on their narratives about the gods. One example of a devastating event is the Titanomachy, a mythological war between the Titans and the Olympian gods, which symbolizes upheaval and restructuring in the cosmic realm. This tale might reflect ancient societal transitions or conflicts, aiding historians and mythologists in understanding how such myths explained political or natural transformations. Another example is the Great Flood, known in many cultures, including Greek mythology. This flood myth could be rooted in real floods or seafaring catastrophes experienced by early civilizations in the Mediterranean region, serving as an allegory for destruction and rebirth, essential themes in the narrative of Olympus's establishment. Scholars like Joseph Campbell have supported the idea that mythological events like these reflect collective human experiences and societal changes. Campbell argued that myths serve as a mirror to the unconscious desires and fears of the societies that produced them, suggesting that stories leading to Olympus might have encapsulated historical traumas and hopes for divine order and protection. Nevertheless, some challenges accompany this exploration, particularly in drawing tangible connections between myth and history. Critics argue that attempting to link myths too closely with historical events risks oversimplifying complex stories or misconstruing symbolic narratives as literal history. Additionally, the controversial nature of interpreting ancient texts leaves much room for debate, as alternative viewpoints may see these myths purely as fictional, symbolic tales rather than historical allegories. This point influences our understanding of Olympus by emphasizing the narrative constructs that shaped ancient Greek religiosity and cultural identity. These myths set the foundation for Olympus's divine narrative, impacting everything from religious practices to societal values. As audiences engage with these myths and their potential historical parallels, they garner a greater appreciation of how ancient peoples sought to make sense of their world, laying the groundwork for the rich tapestry of storytelling that has captivated humanity for centuries. Archaeological discoveries and their impact on historical narrative refer to the role that archaeological finds play in reshaping and sometimes revolutionizing our understanding of history. These discoveries are essentially physical remnants from the past, such as artifacts, structures, and human remains, which provide tangible evidence of historical events, cultures, and civilizations. Their significance lies in their ability to corroborate, contradict, or fill gaps in historical records, thereby enriching our comprehension of historical narratives. In the exploration of reconstructing history, the devastating events before Olympus, archaeological discoveries are pivotal in unveiling the pre-Olympic era that traditional narratives often overlook. These findings are not only a window into the past, but are instrumental in challenging established historical accounts and introducing nuanced perspectives on ancient civilizations. One notable example is the excavation of the ancient city of Mycenae, which provided insights into the Mycenaean civilization that preceded classical Greece. Artifacts and structures uncovered at the site have offered evidence of a complex society with advanced engineering and political systems, shifting perceptions from mythological accounts to historical understanding. Another example is the discovery of the buried city of Akrotiri on the island of Santorini. Its well-preserved ruins and frescoes have illuminated aspects of the Minoan civilization's everyday life, trade networks, and possibly even their decline due to catastrophic volcanic activity, an event potentially tied to myths of Atlantis. Supporting these discoveries are scholars who emphasize a multidisciplinary approach to history, arguing that physical evidence should carry equal weight as written records in constructing a holistic view of the past. However, these interpretations aren't without controversy. The challenge lies in the subjective nature of piecing together incomplete evidence, where different archaeologists may draw varying conclusions from the same data. Furthermore, some scholars express concern over the potential bias introduced by modern cultural perspectives influencing the interpretation of ancient artifacts. Archaeological discoveries not only inform our understanding of specific events, but also interconnect with broader historical themes such as the rise and fall of civilizations, the evolution of societal structures, and cultural exchanges across regions. By re-evaluating these elements, they influence our narrative of history preceding Olympus, painting a richer tapestry of human experience and resilience against devastating events. This interconnectedness encourages ongoing exploration and debate, driving our pursuit of knowledge about the ancient world and its relevance to contemporary society. Analyzing ancient texts and oral traditions is a crucial process in understanding the history and events leading up to the mythological era of Olympus. This involves examining written records, inscriptions, and spoken stories that have been passed down through generations. These sources provide a narrative of human experiences, cultural values, and historical events that have shaped civilizations. The importance of this analysis lies in its ability to bridge the gap between myth and history, offering insights into how societies interpreted significant events and their survival strategies in the face of natural and human-induced calamities that might have influenced mythological narratives like those of Olympus. Two key examples illustrate the significance of this practice. Firstly, the Epic of Gilgamesh, one of the earliest known works of literary writing, offers rich insights into the civilization of ancient Mesopotamia. By studying this text, historians can gather information about societal structures, religious beliefs, and catastrophic events such as floods, which may have inspired later myths like that of Noah's flood. Secondly, the oral traditions of the Greek Dark Ages, passed down by storytellers known as bards, eventually crystallized into the Homeric epics, the Iliad and the Odyssey. These texts not only reflect historical memories of the Mycenaean civilization, but also encapsulate underlying themes of conflict and heroism that predate the Olympian myths. Supporters of this method argue that analyzing these ancient sources provides a richer, multidimensional view of history. They claim it helps to preserve invaluable cultural narratives that would otherwise be lost to time. However, several challenges accompany this approach. One major issue is the accuracy and authenticity of oral traditions, which may evolve over time, leading to embellishments or inaccuracies. Additionally, some scholars debate the reliability of these texts, arguing they are often written by the victors or elites, thus presenting a skewed perspective. Despite these challenges, the study of ancient texts and oral traditions is intrinsically connected to other aspects of reconstructing history before Olympus. It ties into archaeological findings, providing context to physical evidence, and contributes to a broader understanding of how myths are constructed from a blend of history and imagination. By decoding these ancient narratives, we can uncover the socio-political environments that influence the mythologies surrounding Olympus, offering a holistic view of the past that informs both history and myth.